In this demo, we're going to show how to support dark mode for your apps using app themes. We are starting with the demo from the last module. We'll be updating the icon font, but the rest of the code will start from where we last left off. We will use a feature from the .NET MAUI Community Toolkit to allow us to change the status bar color on Android. This will make it easy to change the status bar color when the app theme changes. This is something we only need to worry about for Android. From the Package Manager console, I'll run install-package community-toolkit.maui. A README file gets loaded and tells us to add Use MAUI Community Toolkit to the app builder. So let's do that now. .NET MAUI has color definitions in the colors.xaml file in the styles folder. This is what it starts out with. It has primary and secondary colors defined, and they include some dark mode versions. We're going to copy this file and add our own color palette. I copy and paste the colors.xaml file and rename the new file to viewdemo.xaml. I'll paste in some updated colors. I've added 2 status bar colors. This will be used for Android. Now that we have the new color definitions, we need to make sure they're registered. In app.xaml, we have the default color and style definitions as part of the application resources. We'll change colors.xaml to viewdemo.xaml. That will change out the palette and add named colors for the status bar. I've added some more glyphs to the icon font. If you download the demo code, the updated font will be included. We open Icon Font CS and then add the additional glyph constants. We open the leaderspage.xaml. I'm going to replace some of the color settings to use app theme binding with light and dark mode colors. We set the frame background to use the secondary color in light mode and the primary color for dark mode. For the title label, we only need to define the dark color. The default light color is fine. We don't do the swipe items. The colors are fine for both light and dark mode, but you could change them if you want. We remove the black color from the empty view label. The default style for a label will use light and dark mode colors. If we'd left this one black, it would not have been readable in dark mode. Now we open leaderspage.xaml.cs. In the constructor, I'll paste in the following code. The Community Toolkit namespaces are added by Visual Studio. This code is wrapped inside a #if Android block. Setting the status bar color is only an Android thing. The code will be fine on other platforms, but I do this for 2 reasons. 1, it calls out that this is an Android-specific feature. And 2, why run code that does nothing for that platform? If application current is not null, which should never happen, we do resources try get value and pass in the status bar color light key and have it come back in the status bar color light variable. If that succeeds, we do the same thing for the dark mode color. Then we create a new instance of status bar behavior. This comes from the Community Toolkit MAUI library. We use set app theme colors and pass in the light and dark mode colors to the status bar color property. Then use set app theme to set the status bar style property. Finally, we add it to the pages behaviors collection. That will update the status bar on Android when the app theme changes. Now we open leaderpage.xaml. We've turned off the shell navbar and updated the circle border style to use light and dark mode colors. Now we can run the app. The leader page has the new palette. The status bar now matches the page color. I'm running this on Android and I have my emulator set to make it easy to enable dark mode. I drag down from the top and tap on dark theme, and you can see the changes to the app. And that's how you can easily support a dark theme. Let's make a change to the leader page. I'm going to arrange things so you can see the emulator and Visual Studio side by side. I'm going to paste some code in. We have a grid.background for drawing behind the controls in the grid. We have a radial gradient brush. .NET MAUI supports 2 types of gradients, linear and radial. You need a minimum of 2 color steps, but you can use more. We define the brush with a center of 0.5, 0.5, and a radius of 0.5. This makes a gradient that fills up all the space. We have 2 gradient stops. The first one starts at 0.1 and uses dark gray for light mode and a lighter gray for dark mode. This will be at the center of the grid. The second one, at 1.0, uses a medium gray for light mode and the dark color used by the status bar for dark mode. Thanks to Hot Reload, you'll see the gradient immediately displayed on the page. I'm going to comment out the radial gradient and paste in a linear gradient. This will give us a very different effect. This is a linear gradient brush with the start point in the upper left corner and the ending point in the bottom right corner. That will make for a diagonal gradient. Here, we're setting multiple gradient stops to show how to do more than just a simple gradient. We have multiple bands of our primary and primary dark colors and 2 gold bands. And this is how that would look. Very simple to do in markup, no code required. And that's part 1 of the demo.